Hi everyone, it's Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. Today I am participating in the 5 Under 5 DIY challenge, and the theme this month is Easter decor. This month the guest host is Dawn from Designs by Gaddis, and this collab or challenge is hosted every month by Emily from Farm Charm Chic and Missy from Crafty Cove DIY. And it is such a fun challenge, and I will make sure to have the playlist listed in my description box. So make sure to go check everyone out. It's always a fun playlist, and I hope that you get lots of inspiration. All right, so I have 5 projects for you. This first one is a sign that we're making, and the hop sign came from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut that little bunny out. As a matter of fact, that bunny is from my last video, which I'll make sure and link a iCard for you up here. And it was my first spring Easter video so far this year. So if you want to check that one out. All right, so this paper is called Jubilee. It's by the brand Authentique. I've had it for several years now. So I used to be a paper crafter, so I try to use paper when I can. Anyway, it's really cute. It has little bunnies on it, and it's so sweet. So I'm going to cover the H and the P with this paper, and I'm just going to use some Mod Podge to do that, and then I'll use a little bit of parchment paper and use the iron method. I will say, this time, I don't know, I didn't do that good of a job. I did get some bubbles, but it still worked out. It looks fine, so I'm okay with it. Anyway, all right, so I'm just preparing this paper. I'm going to cut most of it out to the shape, I guess, a little bit there. And now, as you can see, I'm putting the Mod Podge on. One thing you want to do is make sure, if you're going to do it this way, make sure the Mod Podge is dried completely. That might have been my problem on this one. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to get this paper adhered, and then I'm going to sand off. Well, first I'm going to cut down the paper a little bit, and then I will sand the edges, and you should get a clean look on those edges. This paper is super cute. I do use it in the, it's either the second or the third DIY. It might be the second one. I can't remember. We'll see here in a moment. It's really late. It's really late while I'm editing. Oh my goodness. All right. So yeah, I'm just going to do some sanding just to clean up those edges. So I hope everyone's doing okay, and thank you for visiting me today. If you are new to my channel, my name is Mary Beth, and I love to do all different types of DIYs. I like different styles, Farmhouse, Rustic, Shabby Chic. I love doing thrift flips. So if you're interested in anything like that, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning. And I'm really happy that you're here. And please do not forget to give me a thumbs up if you wish to do so. It does really, really help my channel out. So thank you for that. All right, so now I am taking this embroidery hoop, which I think I got for like 25 cents or something. It's always good to look for these things, you know, like at a thrift store or something. My mom could have given me this one. I really can't remember. And I'm just going to take some burlap fabric that I have, and I'm going to wrap it around this hoop. And we're going to be making a wreath. So I'm going to wrap all the way around. I had to do it in a couple different parts here. All right, so these flowers, I think I got them, it was either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. However, I did get them on sale, and if you consider all the amount of stems you have, it it works out. I'm still within my budget here. I think I only end up using 2 of those stems. So yeah, so what I'm trying to do is I'm going to be kind of shaping them around the wreath, and then I'll hot glue them in place. And I'm going to kind of try to hot glue, you know, more in the middle. Not the middle, I'm sorry, the inside. It's late, I'm tired. This wreath, I think, turned out so super cute when it's all said and done. But yeah, I think I did only use 2 of those stems, and I wrapped it around. You'll see here in a moment. And after that, I'm just going to take some lamb's ear and kind of tuck them in a little bit here and there. And then I do make a bow off camera, and you will see that. And I'll attach the bow as well. Now, the color of the ribbon, you can kind of see it at your top of your screen there, is more of a rustic, burnt colored orange, I guess. And it's really hard to tell, but the paper I used on the H and the P, there's a little bit of that darker orange. And so that's why I chose that color, just to kind of bring it out. Okay, so I'm just attaching the bow that I made I made it using a pipe cleaner, so it was just easy to attach. I think you're getting what we're spelling out here, hop, right? With H and the wreath as the O, and then P. And so we need to put this on something. So I was like, I got to put this on something. And so you could probably use one of those longer board signs from the Dollar Tree, but I didn't have one handy. So I just took these 2 signs, and I'm going to attach them together, and it is going to fit just fine. All right, but we want to dress this up a little bit. So I am using some painter sticks. I do get these off of Amazon. They're in my Amazon storefront, which is linked in the description box. So if you're interested to know which ones I get. Anyway, so what I decided to do is I want to stagger them. You know, you'll see. There we go. I'm going to stagger them around and like that. And I just thought that would give it a little bit of a different look. So first, I'm only hot gluing these signs together, which is going to be enough, because by the time you get all of these painter sticks on here, it's very sturdy. I think I did put one on the back where that seam is also, but this becomes a pretty heavy board. So yeah, so it worked out really well. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to start hot gluing them down. I'm going to start at the top, as you can see, that top corner. And then, as I mentioned, I'm just going to stagger them. No rhyme or reason. I mean, you could come up with a pattern, but I just did what I felt looked good. Oops, kind of dropped it there. You can see all the hot glue. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. So first I laid all the pieces down that I didn't have to cut, right? So I'm just putting them down as they are, the painter sticks. I think they're like 12 or 13 inches long. All the way across from top to bottom, I guess it would be. Then I started filling in the spots like a puzzle. So I would take a piece and just figure, where do I need to cut this? And then just cut it and glue it in. And this glued really well. I use hot Gorilla glue sticks, and they work really well. This thing is on there, believe me, big time. So it worked out really well. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to make a little paint mixture stain, I guess. I was almost out of the antique wax by Waverly, so I had to mix. I had a little bit left, and I mixed a little bit of black paint and some truffle paint, and then I watered it down. So kind of like a stain, I guess. And that is what I used to stain it. And then there's going to be 2 additional painter sticks that I stained. They're going to go horizontal across the top of the sign and the bottom. Okay, so now I'm just going to use a little bit of this ink to distress these letters. And at first I was just going to rub them on. I couldn't find my little distressor tool. Not a big deal. But since it is distress oxide, you can squirt some water on there, and it's just like an ink, dye and ink mixed together, basically. So that's what I did to go around the letters. And now I'm just going to put those painter sticks on the top and the bottom. And I purposely left them the length that they are so that they're a little wider than the sign. But you could cut them down, whatever you want. But this way you're covering up kind of those crooked edges at the bottom. Although you could saw those off or whatever. But I just thought this gave it a little bit of an extra, I don't know, something. You could frame the entire thing if you want, frame it out, whatever you like. But oh my gosh, look how cute that's going to turn out. So now all I'm doing is I'm going to hot glue the H on and the P and the wreath and call this one good. All right, there it is. It looks so cute. I really liked how this one turned out. I thought it was kind of different. Okay, moving on to DIY number 2. This might be my favorite one. I'm not sure. Definitely let me know which one your favorite is in the comments, please. Okay, so this is just a frame from the dollar store, or from the Dollar Tree rather. And I'm going to use the color, I think it's called Nautical from Folk Art. And I'm just going to paint the frame in this color. It's a really, really pretty blue color. It goes on a little brighter than it truly is. It'll dry a little bit darker, or I guess more matte, if you can see there. All right, so from that same paper pack, there's these cut aparts. They're just darling, very vintage. And so I'm going to use 3 of these. As you can tell, that frame had 3 different spots for pictures. So we're just going to use 3 of these cut aparts. Now they're much smaller because it's a 4x6 is the size of what you would put the photo in. And these are what, 3x4, so they're much smaller. So the way we're going to handle that is we're going to take some coordinating paper, just paper that'll look good as the background. But first I'm going to use this called Frayed Burlap is the color of this ink. And I'm just going to distress up the sides a little bit. You don't have to do this. I just like that look. So I'm going to do that to all these pieces. Even the paper that's going to be used for the backing. All right. So I kept this piece from the frame. So don't throw that out. I guess maybe you wouldn't have to keep it, but regardless, I did because I kind of wanted that white border. So I'm just lining these pieces of paper up where I want them, and I'm going to glue them down, and then I'm just going to glue my cute little cut aparts on top. And you don't have to worry about it. You know, I'm only using a glue stick. It's fine because there's going to be glass over it. It's not going to go anywhere. You know, you just want to make sure you tack down pretty good. Look how cute those are. I just think they're so cute. I love vintage. Oh my goodness. So pretty. And I love the colors. So yeah, I thought painting the frame that blue color would help bring the blue out in all 3 of these cute little images. They're darling. All right, so now let's see. Yeah, so that's the backer piece. I'm just going to hot glue not just the edges around the border. I don't want to have hot glue. You know how sometimes it can show through. Whatever. I just did the edges because, again, it's going to be really sandwiched in, so it's not going anywhere. Oh, I just love it. I love it so much. That's why I think this might be my favorite out of all of them today. I don't know. They all turned out pretty cute. Okay, so now for the frame, we're going to use the same ink. The Frayed Burlap is what it's called. And we're going to distress up that frame a little bit. Want to make it look a little bit grungier and older. And I think I achieved that. All right, and then pop your glass. Don't forget the glass, unless you don't want the glass. And then the picture. And that was it. I think it turned out so pretty. I mean, you could put a bow. You could do whatever you want. I just left it as is, and I really like how it turned out. So, so cute. I hope you like it too. All right, DIY number 3. We're just moving along. Okay, we're going to make some wooden bead carrots. I did find this idea off of Pinterest. I think there were a bunch of different posts, so I'm sorry I don't know exactly who, but I decided to do 3 of large, 3 medium, and 3 small. I think the one that I saw had 2, 2, and 2 or something. But whatever you want to do, it would look good. And I mixed up some red and yellow to make this. I used Tuscan red from Folk Art, and then just a yellow acrylic to get kind of this burnt orange color. And then I also used my mixture of the wax and the black, the antique wax and the black paint to just do some in that dye, stain colored, whatever. And yeah, so the way to string them up is you do your largest beads first. And again, I did 3 for each carrot, 3 large beads, and then 3 medium beads, and then 3 small beads. And then I'm just going to tie a knot at the end. Always just did a little bit of hot glue there. Make sure it's going to stay in place. Look how cute that is. Okay, so then we're just going to take any greenery that you like, that you have, and I'm going to cut the end of my greenery kind of at an angle point right there, as you can see, so that it fits better into the top of the first wooden bead. But I am going to connect the first and second beads together just with a little bit of hot glue, just to make it a little bit more secure. And then I'm going to put some hot glue in the top of that bead, as you can see, and just stuff the greenery down in there, and that's it. And then I do cut that twine. That was just my leftover twine on the top. And then I am going to wrap these together with first twine, just to kind of hold them together, and then some ribbon. And that's it for this bunch of, a little bundle, I guess, of carrots. All right, moving on to DIY number 4. This one's pretty cute too. Okay, so I found these little bunny heads at the Dollar Tree. So we're just going to deconstruct this. Took the ribbon off, and then you're just going to find, there's like a little end of the tinsel, and once you find that, you can just start unwrapping it. And I did, those are real easy to pull off, the little eyes and nose and all that stuff. So you want to get all of that off to where you're just left with the frame. And we're going to make one bunny. So on one of them, we're going to cut the ears off. We don't need those, but you could save them for another project, which I still have them. I should do something with them. And we're going to connect the two of these to make one bunny. And the way that I connected them is I just took a little bit of wire, but you could tie twine, you could do whatever you wanted. And I just cut all those little knobbies off. So I'm just going to wrap this wire. And when I started, I just wrapped it and then kind of, I don't want to explain this. Wrapped it good and kind of tucked it in under itself. I don't know how to explain it, but I think you know what I'm doing here. Just wrapping the wire. And then, yeah, I just used a little, I think that's called a needle nose plier to kind of curl it around and push it down just to secure it. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go, remember, I'm just connecting the two bottom pieces. And, well, I mean, the bottom, I think you know what I mean. You'll see here in a moment. Sorry, I'm really tired. It's super late. But I really wanted to do this video. I wanted to do this playlist because it's so much fun. There you go. That's how I connected it. Now, this project is very easy. It's just time consuming. That's all. If you've been with me a while, you know I wrap things in yarn a lot. So I always have to do the things that take the longest, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to wrap this whole thing in this beautiful white chenille yarn. And I got that from the Dollar Tree as well. And then we are going to use a different yarn for the inside of the ears and for a little bunny tail. And that yarn, I don't remember where I got it, but you don't use very much of it, you know, so whatever yarn you have. Or you could find a yarn, whatever color at the Dollar Tree and do the same thing. But I have a lot of yarn, so I just pulled from my stash. But yeah, so I started in the middle and then I went down. And now I went back to the middle because I want more in the middle just to make it a little more secure. Because remember, I only connected that with that wire. And then I'm going to wrap upwards all the way up to the ears. Now, the ears were a little hard to do. I mean, time consuming and just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if hard's the right word. But anyway, so you could do it any way you want. But I wanted the inside of the ear to be a different colored yarn. If you don't mind and you want it to be the same color, you would just wrap around the whole ear. That wouldn't be too bad. But in my case, you want to wrap and go through the middle like that, right? And it's like the border around the ear all the way around. That's how you're going to handle that. And then when you get your other colored yarn, it's not very easy because it's not like you have much to just wrap and connect with, right? So you're going to have to, but before we get there, I apologize. I'm pointing out here, you may have little spots here and there where it wasn't perfectly covered. This yarn is so forgiving. Just go in and pop some more on. You'll never know. And I did that at the end all over the bunny, like just making sure it was really covered well, you know? Since it's chenille yarn, yeah, it's very forgiving. You won't be able to tell. Anyway, so this is the yarn. It's like a dark gray. I think it's so pretty. And this is what I'm going to use. Here's what I was trying to say. So it's, anyway, so you want to hot glue at the bottom. And then the way I did it different on the second ear, I guess. But this first ear, I hot glued on the bottom. And then I would pull it around that first bar. And then hot glue again at the bottom. And do that until I filled up that bottom third of the ear. And basically that's what I did on each section. There's basically 3 sections there. So it's not hard. It's just awkward. Maybe that's the word I'm trying to look for. It's a little awkward, but it doesn't take too long this part because there's not much to do. You know, it's not like a huge spot. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I did. And then we're going to use that same yarn and we're just going to make a pom-pom for his little tail. Okay, look at his little tail. It's so cute. Now I know this isn't like correct with the ears facing the same way as the tail and all that, but I don't care. It just looks cute. So there's that. It's not a real bunny. And then I just made a bow using, I got this on sale. See, I'm telling you, a lot of times just going to, you know, craft stores or whatever, if you can catch the good sales on your florals and your ribbons, to me, it's well worth it. So I got this big roll of this beautiful ribbon, as you saw, for 99 cents. So yeah, and that's what I used for the bunny. It's so cute, isn't it? I really like how this one turned out. Super duper cute. I hope you like my bunny. Yeah, and then I just cut the tails on the ribbon. He's so cute. Oh yeah, I like him. My grandbabies are going to love him. Look at, he's so cute. All right, our final DIY. Okay, so I've got these stamps and I'm just going to use some, look how wrinkled my drop cloth is. Oh my goodness. But I'm going to use some drop cloth and I'm going to use Memento black ink, which Memento is more of a permanent ink. Not that it matters. I'm not washing this thing. Okay, we're making carrots. So I'm just going to stamp on some music notes, and then I think I used the script stamp. Yeah, right there as well. And I'm going to show you some footage after I cut these out from my previous video on how to make the fabric carrot. Because I guess I didn't film it for this video since I had that footage already. So you'll see me using a different fabric here in a moment. But anyway, you're basically gonna, in this case, I cut like 2 stamped music note images, for example. And then you're gonna put them, you know, back to back. Well, not back to back. Like that, where the notes are on either side. And then you're just gonna cut it a triangle. It does not have to be even a good triangle, as you can see here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Because we're just going to make a carrot. And here's the other fabric I was talking about from a previous video, the one that I've listed in my iCard. So anyway, yeah, just glue the bottom and then the sides. Just glue maybe not all the way to the top, about 1.5 inches down from the top is where you're going to want to stop with your glue. And after you do your hot glue, you're just gonna take whatever you want to take, cotton, or polyfill, whatever you have handy, and just stuff it. It doesn't take much stuffing. And yeah, and then what I'm gonna do here is, you'll see in a moment. Oh yeah, we're going to stop. And then we're going to, on the top, see the flaps? We're going to cut little strips, little notches, and then we're going to rip them down just to get kind of that shredded look, you know, with your fabric or whatever. And that's what we're going to do with that. And then, of course, we'll tie some twine around it and put some greenery in. It's really cute. It's really simple. I made a lot of these. So yeah, so this one again isn't for this particular DIY. It was for one from a previous video, but I did the exact same method with drop cloth and burlap and another fabric that you'll see here in a moment. And that's what I'm using for this DIY I'm working on right now. So yeah, just any greenery that you like, and then just tie it with some twine and a little bow, and bada bing, bada boom. There you go. You got some carrots. So super cute. I mean, really, there's just so much, so many types you could do. You could use ribbon, you could use burlap, you could use fabric, drop cloth. I mean, you name it. It's just so cute. So, so cute. I've made a lot of carrots so far. Look how pretty. All right, so that's what we did here. We used the drop cloth with the stamping. We used some burlap and then that striped fabric. But the difference is here is I'm taking a skewer with the pointed side, and it's really easy to get through these fabrics. And you just basically are putting it on a stick. And then we're going to take some of this styrofoam that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put it in this bucket that I actually got from the Dollar Tree. It's so cute. And we're going to cut your bamboo stick a little bit, but then we're just going to do different heights a little bit and just arrange them however you like, whatever you like. And then of course we'll put, you know, some moss down in the bottom, or you could put little flowers or whatever looks good. A little bunny, that'd be cute. All right, there it is. Oh, I think it's so cute. Thank you so much for being with me today. Here is the final reveal. And I want to thank Emily and Missy for always hosting this fun playlist. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the projects today. And thank you for being with me. And stay tuned because I have a lot more videos coming up for you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.